Trump. UK officials also warned of the impact on industry and emphasized the importance of pharmaceuticals to the economy. This comes as the US president said that 100% tariffs will apply to branded and patented drugs from the 1st of October unless companies have started building manufacturing plants in the US. Meanwhile, the European Commission said it has agreed to a 15% ceiling on US pharmaceutical tariffs. This move acts as an insurance policy for European companies exporting to America. The EU says that the deal shields European pharma firms from new US tariffs. Irish Trade Minister Simone Harris confirmed the ceiling remains in place. Underlining the value of the agreement, officials also continue to discuss implementation and potential exemptions for other products. On the other hand, Malaysia is also negotiating with the United States, seeking zero tariffs on certain exports and exemptions for goods not produced in America. Trump also announced duties on kitchen cabinets, furniture and heavy trucks, citing national security and domestic manufacturing. All right, well, 100% tariffs on a number of pharmaceutical products from the 1st of October. It is something which has shaken up the entire world, as America was one of the largest importers in the world when it comes to pharmaceutical products and services, including some high-profile medicines as well, which the Americans did not manufacture but imported from the rest of the world. Well, Mr. Mark Sutherland, geopolitical commentator, is going to be joining us from London very shortly. But let's again apprise you that 1st October 2025 is the date when the 100% tariff or the drug tax is going to be implemented by the Americans. A lot of people are also of the view that this is a very short turnaround time for any preparations to be made at this point in time. Mark, I hope you can hear me. Thank you for joining us.
Good to be with you. Thank you very much.
All right, Mark, this is a very worrying 100% tariff which has been announced by Donald Trump in a slew of other tariffs which he has imposed on various countries for various reasons. But the fact of the matter is, and experts also believe, that pharmaceutical industry is a sensitive one. A turnaround time of a few days might also put lives at risk, and the supply chain is going to suffer drastically. Now, the UK has also taken upon itself, to knock some sense into this kind of a knee-jerk reaction. What are your thoughts?
As we always say in these situations, it all depends which side of the fence you are on and how you want to view it. We know in discussions ever since President Trump came in, we also know during his campaign that he's always felt that America has been treated very, very unfairly in regard to this whole debate over the balance of payments. And so he has thought that he wants to readdress that. He wants to see jobs going back into America, because for many years under NAFTA and GAFTA, seeing jobs go out, seeing many factories leave America and then end up in China at that time for a number of years, where labor rates were extremely cheap, and it then becomes the manufacturing center of the world. And then of course that brings geopolitical change, and that is why the president is motivated in this particular way. When we talk about big pharma, then it's interesting because we have two Swiss companies that are promising to then transfer factories to America, and that is what the president is looking at, sir.
Well, I understand that the president wants to generate jobs at home, but setting up plants, setting up companies is not something that can happen overnight. It's not a genie in a bottle that can make your dreams come true. Obviously, do you think that Donald Trump should have given some leverage in terms of time for all the exporters of big pharma products to respond?
Well, after the Biden administration, after the COVID, after we've seen a world lockdown, after the destruction, in his eyes, understandably, of the American economy during the COVID years, then he has been very, very keen to rebuild that as fast as he can. The figures that came out in regard to the Biden administration turning around and saying we have created these jobs, that has now been in question by the Trump administration. I understand what you're saying. When it's understandable, the last thing we want to see is people's lives at risk. But also, Trump is then also concerned about the price of pharmaceuticals in America, and then believes that by encouraging factories to come to America, that those prices and the access of American citizens to those pharmaceuticals will be greater, but also the prices will come down. And you're quite, it's a very important question, but at the end of the day, if you are the #1 economy in the world and you then then every other country wants to benefit by that, you are then looking at the benefits within your own country. And also the onus is on individual nations to then get the situations in their own countries sorted out as well, where in regard to access to their own citizens to all pharmaceuticals, if that's what needed in those situations. So
You're quite right. Mark, stay with us.